Good morning everyone, and welcome to another edition of Gotlegs. Today we're out on Flyvestation Værløse, where the time trial will be in about 2 months from now. And if you don't know it already, the airstrip is pretty much flat. It will be 3 laps of 5.1 kilometers. So it'll probably be a really fast time trial. So the reason why I'm out here today is to do some aero testing. I will be testing 2 different suits and 3 different helmets. I'm not really expecting that much of a difference between the helmets or the suits, but it's just for pure fun to see if there's an advantage in choosing one over the other. This is an outdoor test, so this is real life. And I could probably see more difference between each individual item if I was in a wind tunnel or on a track where the conditions would be exactly the same each and every time. But let's get into what I'm actually testing today. I have 2 different suits. This is one of them. This is a Bioracer in my team kit. It's probably about 6 or 7 years old by now, so it's not really the latest and greatest within cycling kit. But if all of you remember how Bioracer really came to life for the last 10 years, it was because they were some of the most aerodynamic kits out there. So this will probably do. It's a short sleeve. I will remove my arm warmers when I'm riding. So this is kit 1. The other kit I will be testing is this Chaise Cycliste skin suit as well. This is probably more difficult to get into, so it's a lot more tight than this is. Not really sure how this will stack up in a wind tunnel or anything like that, but we'll see. It's a pretty good skin suit as well, so we'll see between these two which will be faster, if there's any difference at all. The other thing I will be testing is helmets. So I'm currently wearing my HJC Furion helmet, a helmet that probably has 6 or 7 years of experience by now. That'll go up against this Oakley Aero 5, I believe it is, helmet. It has some larger vents, and that's about it, but still like a short tail aero helmet. And then we have the latest helmet I have bought, and this is a POC Omni-Air. Kind of similar to the Oakley helmet, so it has quite large air vents to it, but also a short tail. So we'll see if there's any difference between these 3 helmets in the real world. So the way I'm going to do this is I'll do a lap in each item. So 1 lap in this kit, 1 lap in the Chaise kit, and then have 1 lap with the Oakley helmet and 1 lap with the POC helmet. I'll try to maintain the same effort on each and every lap, but it's always difficult. I'm aiming at around 250 to 60 watts just to make sure that everything is set. I might even do like 2 laps with the kit with a bit higher intensity, and then I'll do 1 lap or 3 laps with the different helmets instead. That might work at a lower intensity. I'll see what I'm feeling today. The first thing we have to do is take off the arm warmers and do a warm-up set, and then we'll just head straight into it. So let's see how it goes. That's the warm-up completed. 2 efforts of 3 minutes progressive and 2 sprints. So I guess we're ready to do the testing. So the plan right now is 1 lap in this kit at around 285 watts. Change to the Chaise kit, do a lap 285, see if there's any difference, or if there's any measurable difference, because there might be a second, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, something like that. But any major difference, we'll look for that. yeah, quit stalling your time cannon and just get it done with. I know. Each start will be a standing still to get the most fair numbers for each and every try. So let's do it. End of the first lap in the Bioracer suit, and that was an 7.57 seconds lap with an average speed of 38.6, and the average watts was 287. I decided to go against the standing start because I guess I figured out that I could lose a few seconds on trying to clip in and getting up to speed and all that. So instead I'm starting each lap with around 30 kilometers an hour and then pushing from there. So hopefully that should be more consistent and easier to compare each and every lap to each other. So I think it's time to get into the Chaise kit now. I think I actually made a bit of a mistake going out in the Bioracer kit first, because when I had to change into this from Chaise, this is a lot more tight fitting. And I don't know if that has to do anything about the sizing of the garments or anything like that, but have you ever seen that episode on Friends where Ross is in leather pants and goes to the toilet and then has to get them back on, but he's a bit moist so he can't really get them on, so he goes out crazy with the baby powder.
Oh my God!
Do you see any, like, powder?
Powder, yeah, I have powder.
Good, okay. Sprinkle some of that on your legs. It'll absorb some of the moisture, and then you can get your pants back on.
Yeah, hold on. They're not coming on, man.
That's basically how I felt being slightly sweaty and taking this garment on. And one thing I have to say about cycling kit is I see a lot of guys riding with way too big jerseys or bibs or anything like that. I'm 178, basically I'm 179, but I like to say that I'm 178 centimeters tall. Right now I'm at 86 kilos. I'm built like a bulldog. I have big quads. My arms are, for a cyclist, relatively big. The Bioracer is a medium. This Chaise kit is a medium. The Chaise is a bit on the tight side, but if you're 178 centimeters tall and weighing around or below 80 kilos, you don't have big legs or anything like that, you shouldn't be riding in a size large jersey unless you want it to be flopping all over the place. Get yourself a size medium and you'll be happy. And bonus info, if you look at the size charts on stuff like DHB, their smalls are actually along line mediums in every other brand. So going with DHB, get a size small and feel great about yourself. Anyways, that's enough chit chatter for now. Let's do a test with the Chaise kit. Okay, that was quite interesting. So the Bioracer lap was 7:57, so 7 minutes and 57 seconds, with an average wattage of 287 watts. The Chaise lap was 7:51, so that's 6 seconds faster with 1 watt more, so that was a 288 watt lap. That's 6 seconds faster. Now I know what you're thinking, like 6 seconds, that could be anything. It's not really that much, but take this into consideration. We're doing 3 laps. So that would be 3 times 6 seconds if the real advantage is actually 6 seconds. So that's 18 seconds in those 3 laps that you'll be faster wearing this compared to the Bioracer. I did not expect that. I actually had them much closer than this. And then again, this is with every type of precaution, because the wind could have picked up. I could have been a bit more aerodynamic in my second try on the position on the bike and everything like that. But given the fact that the wattage is basically exactly the same, my top speed is exactly the same, my average heart rate is basically the same. It's like all within 1 watt or 1 beat. That's pretty remarkable. Good going, Kyle from Chaise. I will say, however, that this is a lot more tight fitting, and you can really feel that. You know, I have quite big quads, so this, I'm not really sure if it was just fatigue or the fabric being a bit too tight, but I felt like I built up a bit more lactic acid on this ride. You never know, but I might have to shrink my thighs a bit. Anyways, we're up for the next one, and that'll be the helmet test. So just done a lap with this test, 7:51, and let's try with the Oakley helmet. All right, so that was another lap, this time with the Oakley helmet, and that was a 7:48 lap. So 3 seconds faster than the HJC helmet, and almost 10 seconds faster, actually 9 seconds faster than the Bioracer and HJC helmet. So I did have a bit higher wattage on that last lap. Ended up doing 290 instead of 288 and 287, still within what I would say is, yeah, basically the same. I did get a bit of drafting on this lap. There was a guy out riding intervals, and unfortunately we hit the same spot around the same time, so I was probably behind him for a minute or two. Tried not to get too close, but that could probably have made a difference. So that was the Oakley helmet. So far the fastest option. Let's try the POC helmet. We got the POC helmet right here, nice purple. I wouldn't mind if the Oakley helmet was the fastest, because it kind of matches this kit. See that? White, orangey, white, black, orangey. That would be nice, but we won't be talking about fashion this time. It's all about being fast. So instead of fashion, fasting. So right now I've done 3 laps at around my FTP. So let's do the last lap with the POC helmet on, and I'll call it a day in terms of intervals. And when I say that, I actually thought about doing 1 last lap, just going full gas. We'll see after this lap how much there's left in the tank. All right, POC helmet, glasses, test. So that was actually pretty interesting, riding with the POC helmet. And come to think of it, when it's called Omni Air, I think it's because it has these rather larger air vents in it, and not because it's an aero helmet. Because when I did the ride with the POC helmet, I actually did my slowest ride. So the previous slowest was 7 minutes and 57 seconds, and now I did 7 minutes and 58 seconds. So just to compare it with the Oakley helmet, this was 10 seconds slower per lap. So if I would ride with this helmet for the time trial compared to the Oakley helmet, I would be around 30 seconds slower. That's quite remarkable, actually. So what we can say from all of this testing is that the Chaise kit with the Oakley helmet seems to be the fastest. Of course, there's a lot of variability in this because the wind could have picked up. I could have gotten a bit more draft on each and every lap. But then again, this is the only test I can really do. I won't have the money to go into a wind tunnel, and renting a track and then doing it in there, yeah, that's just really not an option. We're doing this on a budget, you know, guys. So this, the Aero 5 helmet, I think it is, seems to be the fastest. So the fastest lap so far has been 7 minutes and 48 seconds, I think it is. And that's with saddlebag, with bottles in, with my GoPro and everything like that. So I'm going to try to do a lap to see how fast I can get. I won't be maintaining the same amount of watts that I've done on the previous tries, where I've been just about 285, 290 watts per round. So actually already have gotten in around 30 minutes of threshold work. Now I'll do just an all-out, no looking at what, it's just going by feel and pushing it as hard as I can. Probably would do it without bottles and without the saddlebag, just to see if that actually can make me faster. I don't really have anything to compare it to, but marginal gains, right? And guys, remember to fuel your rides. It's the latest and greatest if you're keeping up with all the Zone 2 training and Fat Max and all of that. You would know that it's really important to take in a lot of energy when you're out riding. So they actually say you should have 3 of those an hour, probably 4. I'm not doing that. But I also have some energy drink in one of my bottles, and then I take 1 of these per hour. Sometimes I take 2, depending on the ride. Remember guys, don't throw this away into nature. Put it in your pocket or in a bag or anything, or a trash bin. Don't throw it around in nature. So full gas mode, let's do it. Last effort done, did the fast lap. I'll tell you the results when I get home, and all the other results, so you can see how much of a difference it makes. So that's it for the testing. Now it's time to head on home and probably get something to eat and look at the results. I've had the time to put in the times of the test out on the airstrip, and as you can see, the Bioracer kit with the HJC helmet had me at 7 minutes and 57 seconds with an average speed of 38.6. Just by getting into the Chaise kit instead, I dropped more than 6 seconds while maintaining almost the exactly same average watts. That's quite a bit of gain. Then swapping the helmet from the HJC helmet that I had on to the Oakley helmet, that dropped it a further like 2.5 seconds probably, with a bit more higher output, but still within range, I'd say. And going over to the POC helmet, it was just the worst time. When looking at the average speed of my Garmin, you can actually see that the average speed for the POC helmet is a bit higher than it was for just the Bioracer suit. And that might just be where I clocked the time. So I'll say that those are probably pretty identical. So there you have it guys. The test shows that the Chaise kit with the Oakley helmet is my fastest setup out of these options. Of course, this isn't the only thing that I'll be doing to increase my speed. I'll also look into tires, shoe covers, dismounting bottle cages and all that. So this was just part of what I could do already and test out. Thanks for watching once again. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, watch the other videos, and until next time, bye.